Hey everybody, welcome back here to this series where we are going through our top three games, for every single letter of the alphabet. We are nearing the end because today is the letter X. I want to thank everybody who watches the show. I really appreciate it. And comments and stuff, with their favorite games. X might be a little trickier one because, there are less games that start with the letter X.
Yeah.
So if you have some extra X games, put them down in the comments. Because we own a total of three games that start with the letter X. And we've only ever played, 3 games that start with the letter X. So we're going to have the same 3 games. What that order is going to be...
may be different.
Let's find out. So, do you want me to go first?
I guess so.
Okay, so my number 3 game that starts with the letter X is called X-Files Circle of Truth.
Oh my god, it's the same as mine.
Yours is the same? Okay, so we have a joint number 3. Okay, so X-Files Circle of Truth is a button shy game.
Yes.
So it comes in one of those little button shy wallets. It was available, okay, so I think you can find copies on eBay. But it came in one of those loot crates. So I didn't have Loot Crate, but I had a friend who did, and he gave it to me for free. So that's how we got that game. But I do believe you can still find copies if you want it. However, it is more or less a reskin of Circle the Wagons. So if you've played Circle the Wagons, you've played pretty much this game. I do believe some of the... Okay, so hold on. So what you're doing is one person is Scully,
yes.
and one person is Mulder. And they have a one-time use ability on their little FBI identification card.
Which you're going to use at the end of the game, during the scoring.
Right. So then you put a circle of you flip over 3 of the cards. One side of the card has terrain, I guess, but it's symbols with a background color.
Yep.
And then and then the other side has scoring goals.
Yeah.
So you shuffle them up, flip them over,
flip 3 over,
and those will be your scoring goals for the game. Mm-hmm. So that way it's different every time because then those cards won't be in the circle, but. And
that's your scoring.
And those are your scoring conditions. So
and then the other ones are going to go in the circle.
In a circle, yeah.
Which is going to be what you're going to use to get points for the scoring conditions.
Yep. So you draft those cards and then just kind of make a grid of them in front of you.
So how the drafting works is that the first player is going to take their turn. The second player is going to tell them what card they take.
Yes.
But what they do is if they skip any card, if they don't want that card, the second player is going to take it for free.
The other player immediately gets those cards if they're skipped over in the line.
And then it's their turn again,
going clockwise.
So, and then when it's the second player's turn, it's going to start. It'll start at the next card that the player took.
Yep.
So and then it keeps going back and forth until the end of the circle.
Yep. And you're laying out a grid of cards, trying to either match symbols or get symbols together or
match terrain together because that is your most terrain area is still points.
Yeah, right. Is it terrain? I guess it is.
It is terrain.
Yeah, because I just think of it as a color. Because honestly,
that is
the theme is pretty loose in this. So, I think it's a fun game.
Yes,
it's a very quick game. You could probably play a game in under 10 minutes. And half of that 10 minutes might be scoring.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a good travel game because it kind of takes up a lot of space when you're putting the circle out.
It's probably one of the most able to pack but not able to unpack.
Play on a small surface. Yes. I don't think it would really work. But it's still fun. We still have a good time with it. We've had it for a number of years and played it a few times. So all right, I guess that's our joint number 3, which is X-Files Circle of Truth.
Yes.
Okay, so number 2. You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be the same?
Probably.
My number 2 is a game called X-Nimmt.
Oh my god, it's the same!
Okay, all right. So X-Nimmt is in the 6 Nimmt series.
Because there's a bunch of them.
We've only I think there's an 11 Nimmt.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've only ever played the X.
Yes.
So I don't know the differences. So here, help me describe this. So there is 3, there's a 3, 4, and a 5, right?
Yes.
Out there.
So
out in the center of the table.
What you do is you're gonna play a card.
Everyone gets a hand of cards.
Everyone's gonna play a card face down.
Yes.
This card, the lowest card goes first.
Yes, it places their card out first.
What happens to this card is it will go on a spot that it is the closest to.
In the line of numbers that you're building in the center of the table.
If it's an 85, there's a 35 out, and then there's a 55 in a different row. It's going to go to the 55 row.
Right. Then, like I said, there was a 3, 4, and a 5. So when it hits those, whoever maxes that line,
yes, the number of cards there is,
then has to take those cards.
Which there's bowls up on the top of the card, which is the points you're getting.
Right,
you do not want points.
Right, correct.
But here's the catch.
There's which I think is unique to this X-Nimt version.
Yes. So what the catch is that in this version, there's an X row that you have.
Mm-hmm. A personal X row.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to want... It's an infinitely long row. Mm-hmm. It can go infinite. Mm-hmm. But you have to get it in order. Mm-hmm. And these cards will score you 0 points.
Yes, right. You can save some of your points that hurt you. That would hurt you.
Otherwise, they're going to go into a stack that are worth 2 points per bowl.
Yeah, right.
And also 1 point per bowl for every left in your hand at the end of the round.
Yes, correct. So it's hard to not score any points.
So what you want to do is get rid of your hand, try not to score any points, and if you do, get them in the X row.
Yeah, it sounds easy, right?
No.
No, it's not.
But yeah, that's pretty much the premise of the game. Play card, it go in row.
Yeah.
Try not to
score that row. Fill up the row, yeah.
And then also try to screw over people.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
And then also try, if needed, try not to get it in your try not to break your X row.
Right, so you don't want to try to take lower numbers first and then higher numbers later in the game.
Because you do not want to break your X row, or else that kind of sucks. And then
because you're getting double points that are in the game. Yeah, I don't know. This game's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It's a relatively quick game. This is a game that's probably a good travel game because you don't need a huge surface, just a little bit in front of you and a little bit in the center of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. X-Nimt is a lot of fun. I think a lot of people have played 6-Nimt.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Nimit? I don't know. And I think it has a different title too. It's like Take 5 or something, or Take 6. I don't know. There's a bunch of different titles for it, but
yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
But we have X-Nimt.
We have X-Nimt because it starts with the letter X. And it qualifies for this list.
Yes.
Okay. So then that was our number 2. Mm-hmm. So our number 1, our joint number 1.
Oh my God, it's all the same.
Yeah, it was all the same. I'm surprised. I was wondering maybe if they would be in slightly different order. But
I didn't really think so.
No? Okay. Well, hey, this is how it worked out. So our joint number 1 game that starts with the letter X is a game called Xanadu.
Yeah.
I think this game is a lot of fun.
It is fun.
It says 40 to 70 minutes on the box, but I can't imagine it ever take. I don't even think it takes 40 minutes. Does it? Did it take 40 minutes when we played it?
I feel like it took around 30 minutes.
Yeah, crazy. But I mean, it plays up to 6 though. I think so. Maybe, but even then, you're going through the deck faster. Anyway, so
I think you go through the deck 3 times at 6.
Maybe. So anyway, Xanadu is a hand like a not a hand management. It's a
building management.
I guess so. So you have cards that have buildings on one side and workers on the other side. Mm-hmm. So what you do is you want to build the buildings in front of you.
Yep.
And then you assign workers to them by flipping over a card that you may want to keep.
Yeah.
But and then by assigning workers to buildings, you then get resources to build other buildings.
And it also changes the value of said building.
One of the tricks is you can assign workers to anyone's building. Not just your own.
I mean, you can wreck and devalue other people's buildings.
Yes, so the buildings have like a cell track on the side.
Yes.
And sometimes they start low and go high. Sometimes they start high and go low. Or sometimes the highest sell price is somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
Right. So, but the first thing you do on your turn is sell. So you can't like
Build
up
sell.
a building and then sell it.
Because that would be extremely overpowered when you can just build this 12-point building and then instantly sell it.
No, right. You have to hope and keep your fingers crossed that either nobody notices or nobody needs the resources on it, and then it comes back around your turn.
Here's the problem. The really good ones with like the really good high points at the bottom have the best resources in the game.
Exactly. There's things like jade and gold that a lot of people are always looking for to
And they're
to
near
build
the
things.
bottom.
Yeah, right. So it's hard to like keep those for your entire
you
turn.
need them to not notice it.
I guess the theme is like you're building this stuff for who is it?
Kublai Khan?
Kublai Khan? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's whatever. You're building buildings and trying to sell them at the ideal value.
Yes. And
Which-
then also at the end of the game, all of them just get sold.
That are in front of you, yeah. So you want to make sure you have at least some value, because a lot of them start out at a 0 value.
Well, some of them don't.
Some of them don't, but some of them do. Yeah, I think this game is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can be kind of jerky because you can like if you have some extra cards in your hand, you can assign extra workers to someone's building
Just to devalue
just to
it.
lower the value, and then if it ever gets to the very top, it automatically sells.
Which sometimes is a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But also the owner of the building doesn't get the 3-card extra draw.
Right, yeah, because like you draw cards based on if you sold or if you passed or if you just did whatever. So
Yeah.
you get a bonus for selling cards, bonus draw for selling cards.
And then you just draw up when you pass.
And cards can be tight because you want to get to a resource that's higher up on your or someone else's card. So you have to spend a lot of cards that you may have wanted to, build
But
buildings
sometimes
for.
you really just gotta gouge cards and just put them all out.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go for it because I need this and I need to sell it for this. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Xanadu is a lot of fun. I really enjoy that game. I know there's a couple of different versions. I'm not even sure which version we have. If it's I thought it was the first edition, but it might not be.
I think it's the something version.
It's definitely the something version. That is true. That is a
don't
true
know.
fact.
I don't
Okay.
know, it has like this 10th anniversary cards.
But I
in
think
it.
that has to do with the company, the Quinted Games that printed this version we have.
Think so?
I don't know. Whatever. Xanadu, a good time. A lot of fun to play. Yeah, so, well.
Our lists were entirely the same, but I mean, I kind of expected it since we only have 3 games.
Yeah, 3 games. Our whole 3 games that start with the letter X.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Hey, we have 3 games.
Yeah.
So we can make a top 3 list. Yeah, so hey, well, thanks for watching. Our top 3 games that start with the letter X. We've only got 2 letters left, Grayson. Can you believe it? 2 letters.
Yeah, 2 letters.
And then, okay, we'll talk about that later. So, yeah, thanks for watching. And I guess we'll just see you on the next one.
Bye.
Later.
My favorite X game is Twitter.
Wow, what a good joke. Okay. Ridiculous.